OPS.
Mm-hmm.
He also that year made 10 home runs.
Hit 10 home runs.
Okay, does it matter?
Hello and welcome to Sol Gittleman Park and to this JumboCast production of Tufts University Baseball. The Jumbos come into this game at 2-1, having split the doubleheader against Eastern Connecticut State on Saturday. For Johnson & Wales, the Wildcats, they come into this game at an impressive 5-0, having beat McDaniel 7-2 this past Friday. My name is Justin Loker. I'll be joined on the mic shortly by my sister, Charlotte Loker. And while we have a moment, I will go over the starting lineups for both teams. For Johnson & Wales, the batting order will be the left fielder number 6, Jack Obert, the center fielder number 23, Trevor Wan, the right fielder number 18, E.J. Leone, the shortstop number 9, Riley Hassan, the third baseman number 10, Xavier Botello, the catcher number 8, Owen Davis, the first baseman number 7, Nick Forts, the designated hitter number 3, Ryan St. Jean, and batting ninth, the second baseman number 13, Jack McGain. And now we'll take a short break for the national anthem. Welcome back to JumboCast. The pitcher for the Wildcats today will be Max Randazzo. And I'll get to the Jumbos lineup in just one sec. Actually, we'll go over it right now. Why not? The catcher, batting first, batting leadoff, Malcolm Whitfield. The center fielder, number 7, Henry Fleckner. The designated hitter, number 28, Malachi Pena. The right fielder, number 19, Cooper Smith. The left fielder, number 8, Owen McKiernan. Jesse McCullough will bat 6th, batting at second base today. Connor Flavin, the first baseman, batting 7th. Patrick Solomon, the third baseman, batting 8th. And batting 9th, as per usual, the shortstop, senior captain, Ozzie Fleischer. The pitcher for the Jumbos today will be Silas Reed, the senior. Last Wednesday in the blowout win over Brandeis, he did pitch. He got the start there, pitched 4 1/3 innings in the Jumbos blowout win. And welcome back as we're ready to get this game underway. Batting first for the Wildcats is Jack Obert. Obert comes into this game on the season batting .278 with a 1,056 OPS. Last year, he was batting .313 with 11 doubles and a 940 OPS as Obert is dealt strike 1. And Silas Reed will dish in there for strike 2 on a nice fastball. Reed's 0-2 is taken outside for ball 1. And that ball will be dribbled softly over to first. Flavin will field it, step on first himself for the first out of this game. So it'll be 4 pitches, 1 out for the senior Silas Reed. And now up next for the Wildcats will be the center fielder, Trevor Wan. Wan comes into the junior outfielder, comes into this game batting .417, 10 for 24. He has an even 1,000 OPS. Last year, he led the team in home runs with a solid 10, batting .304 with an 893 OPS, and 6 for 6 from stealing bases. As Reed deals in, the count now 2-0. Reed's 2-0 is flown into center field. Fleckner loses the hat, but gets the ball cleanly for out number 2. And that will bring up for the Wildcats number 18, E.J. Leone, the right fielder. E.J. Leone, the senior. Last year with a impressive .404 average and 1149 OPS, and had 13 doubles as Reed misses for ball 1. Leone thought about it, didn't go through. Count now at 2-1. It's Beautiful day for baseball on Sol Gittleman Park here in Medford, Massachusetts. 53 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. As Leone swings and misses. The 2-2 from Reed is taken in. Strike 3 called, and that will retire the side in order. 1-2-3 go the Wildcats as the Jumbos will take their turn. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Malcolm Whitfield. Whitfield on the season with a 4.44 average and a 1,027 OPS. He's got 4 hits through 9 at-bats. Also has 2 stolen bases and has come around to score 5 times, many of those being in the Jumbo's blowout win over Brandeis last week. As he takes the 0-1 from Max Randazzo, the starting pitcher for the Wildcats this afternoon, as Whitfield grounds it to the first baseman this afternoon, Nick Forts, and that'll be an easy out, number 1 for Randazzo. Now batting second for the Jumbos will be the center fielder, Henry Fleckner. Fleckner on the season with a 3.64 average and a 9.55 OPS. Last year batted .209 with a 6.82 OPS, but notably was 25 for 26 on the base paths. Fleckner takes inside ball 1. Fleckner, also notable, is a very highly regarded two-sport athlete here at Tufts. He also plays wide receiver for the Tufts football team behind Jaden Richardson and Cade Moore, of course, with Jaden Richardson going D1. Next year, he should have a much more expanded role as the count now moves to 2-0. Fleckner flies it way behind the netting. Actually, not that far, as it lands on top of the corrugated metal of the dugout. Count moves to 2-1 now. Fleckner takes outside there, ball 3. Fleckner, one of many players on the Jumbos with at least 3 RBI. He himself has 4. As Fleckner will flare it to short right field. The second baseman will get under that and make the play. That was Jack McGain for the Wildcats. And now batting third for the Jumbos will be the designated hitter, Malachi Pena. Pena, the freshman, coming into the season on a tear, 429 average with a 1158 OPS. Pena getting the start in one of the 2 doubleheader games against Eastern Connecticut State last Saturday. As the first pitch from Randazzo is taken right down the middle for strike 1. That ball's fouled back. The 0-2 from Randazzo misses well outside. The 1-2 sent foul into the parking lot and does connect with the rear door of a minivan. Hopefully no broken glass there. The 1-2 again is sent over to third. Third baseman airmails the throw. It'll hit off the first base wall. Pena will be safe at first on the bad throw from Xavier Botello. We'll see how they score that. They're going to call that an E5, so neither a fielding or a throwing error on Xavier Botello will give the Jumbos their first base runner with 2 outs. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Cooper Smith. Cooper Smith on the year with a 250 batting average and a 725 OPS. Also has 2 doubles on the season to go along with 3 RBI. As Pena was caught, but the poor pickoff move from Randazzo allows Pena to get to second without a contested throw. Will go down as a stolen base, most likely, for Malachi Pena, which would be his first on the year. Now the runner in scoring position. Cooper Smith will look to do some damage as he takes down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 is looked at for strike 2. Randazzo 1 strike away from working around that error and that pickoff move folly. Hoping to get out of this inning with no damage done. And the 0-2 is taken a little low. That ball will be taken just a little outside. Pretty close to the zone, though. I'll move the count to 2-2. Randazzo's 2-2 is let go. Just a little high. Got to run the count full. payoff pitch from Randazzo is popped up. First baseman Forts will make a play on it, but it'll be the catcher, Owen Davis, that catches the ball for out number 3. So the side is retired after one error allowed Malachi Pena to get in the scoring position, but no damage done. And welcome back to JumboCast here for the top of the second inning. I am proud to say that I'm joined on the mic for the next couple of innings by my sister, Charlotte Loker. Charlotte, glad to be with you today.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about the hitter. So right now up for the Wildcats is their shortstop, Riley Hassan.
Yeah, so Riley Hassan is a senior. He's a shortstop, as my brother mentioned. And last season, he had a good season. He had a 430 average and a 1,065 OPS.
As Reed quickly behind on the count, 3-0 to Hassan. And that will be a generous strike call in the outside corner. You usually do get those calls on 3-0.
Yeah. This season, he's been, as well, playing great. He currently leads the team in RBI with 8. And he has 4 of 4 stolen bases this year.
And Hassan will ground that sharply up the middle. That'll be through for a base hit. Fleckner will come onto it, toss it back into McCullough for the first base runner of the afternoon for the Wildcats. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Xavier Botello.
Botello is a junior, and last year he led the team with 49 RBI and a 287 average and an 817 OPS. And this year he's off to a similar start with a 300 average and a 750 OPS.
Reed deals for strike 1. And that will be taken in for strike 2. Talk about Silas Reed as a pitcher.
And our pitcher, Silas Reed, is one of our best pitchers. Last year he had a ERA of 3.36 and a WHIP of 1.38. And this year he's off to a similar start, though he had a rough game against Brandeis last Wednesday. So his ERA is a 8.31 and his WHIP is a 1.38.
But though it was not a great statistical start for Silas Reed, as that ball will be grounded to Flavin after a quick bobble. He's able to make the play and get Botello out. While Silas Reed did give up 4 runs, the game was never in doubt with the Jumbos. I believe up on at that point on the judges, 15-0. So not really a consequential runs scored against, and that will bring up the catcher, number 8, Owen Davis, for the Wildcats.
So sorry, my papers blew away.
Tis a windy day.
So up next is Owen Davis. He's a junior. And he this season has been off to an amazing start with 2 home runs so far of his 18 plate appearances. He has the highest OPS on the team of 1,429. He also has a triple this year.
As Reed deals the 0-1, they'll be taken a little bit high for a ball. As Reed will throw down to second, hoping to pick off Hassan, unsuccessful in doing so. Count now standing at 2-0, runner in scoring position for the Wildcats here with 1 away. And that'll be driven to deep center field by Davis. Fleckner can't get to it because it's over the wall for a 2-run homer for Owen Davis, putting the Wildcats up here in the top of the 2nd inning.
It looks like he's adding to his home runs this season, and this is now his 3rd of the season so far.
And now with some run support for Max Randazzo, that'll bring up the first baseman, Nick Forts.
Nick Forts is a junior here at Tufts, and at Johnson & Wales, I apologize. And last Tuesday, he hit a 3-run home run against Methodist. His average this season is 200, and he has an 800 OPS.
Now quickly behind 0-2 is Forts to Reed. As the 0-2 pitch is taken just a bit outside, move the count to 1-2. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging. And that will be the 2nd strikeout of the afternoon for Silas Reed. And that'll bring up the designated hitter for the Johnson & Wales Wildcats, Ryan St. Jean.
Ryan St. Jean is a junior. Last year he was a backup infielder, but now he is a starter. He's off to a good start to the season. He has a 333 average and an 844 OPS. Last year he appeared in 18 games and had 13 hits and 6 doubles.
Now the 1-1 from Reed is flown to left field. McKiernan will get under it, make the play, and that will retire the side. 2 runs scored for the Wildcats off the 2-run home run from Owen Davis. The Jumbos will come up to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd, hoping to eat into this lead. welcome back here to JumboCast. We have a new pitcher for the Wildcats. It'll be number 44, Brett Nickerson. Nickerson, so far this year, in 5 innings pitched, in 2 games, 1 started, has a 3.60 ERA. And now up to bat for the Jumbos will be their left fielder, number 8, Owen McKiernan.
Owen McKiernan is a sophomore. This year he has a 400 average and a 971 OPS, which is similar to his performance last year with a 333 average and an impressive 1,178 OPS.
And McKiernan will drive that off the thigh of Nickerson. It'll bounce on over to the third baseman, Botello, who will not make a throw over, as McKiernan will reach safely on what they will rule a base hit, as that brings up second baseman Jesse McCullough.
McCullough is a sophomore. This year he has a performance of 429 average and a 1,270 OPS. Last year he's improved since last season, where he had a 359 average and an 879 OPS.
As McKiernan will go to second on the stolen base, throw in is late and off target, and that'll be a stolen base for Owen McKiernan, putting him in scoring position with 0 outs, that being the second stolen base on the season for McKiernan. McKiernan last year went 4 for 5 on stolen bases, as the throw from Nickerson not in time to get him. The 1-0 is swung on for strike 1, but McKiernan will take advantage of the ball that got away from Davis and make it to third safely with 0 outs. So now just 90 feet away from coming in to score. The 1-1 taken inside, well inside for ball 2. The 2-1 grounded up the middle by McCullough. The throw coming from Riley Hassan is made in time for out number 1, but that will bring in Owen McKiernan to score, as apparently every time the Jumbos score this season, the song Shots by LMFAO comes on to play. What are your thoughts on that, Shar? The run song.
I think it's a good choice for a run song. Wonder if they'll switch it up later in the season, but I think it's a good option.
So if one were to have taken a shot every time the Jumbos scored last Wednesday against Brandeis, would you say that they would probably not be making it into the third inning after they were up 15-0?
Unlikely. I think it might make the game more interesting, but it's unlikely they'd be still playing.
Now the 1-1 count to the first baseman, Connor Flavin.
Connor Flavin is a senior at Tufts. Last season, he was second on the team with RBI. He had 30. And this year, his stats are looking very good. He has a 385 average and a 1,049 OPS, which is a great improvement on last season. He was also only surpassed by Jimmy Evans last season, who is no longer playing with Tufts.
Jimmy Evans well earning his D1 bid, as he, along with most of the Jumbo's good pitchers, either graduated or went D1.
Looks like Flavin will have a good season this year.
Now 2-2 to Flavin is swung on and missed for strike 3. That being the first strikeout of the afternoon for Brett Nickerson. Bringing up the third baseman, Patrick Solomon.
Patrick Solomon is also a senior. He has impressive stats as well, very similar to Flavin. He has a 364 average and a 1,280 OPS.
As Solomon will lay the bunt down successfully down the third base line. Botello, no throw. A successful drag bunt executed by Patrick Solomon as he reaches first in front of the shortstop, senior captain, Ozzie Fleischer.
We have the senior Fleischer up to bat now. Last season, he had a 293 average and a 600.
As the pickoff move by Nickerson is thrown away into right field, and that will allow Patrick Solomon to advance all the way to third on the second Wildcat error. That will surely go down as an E1. And now with 2 outs, the Jumbos a chance to tie this game if Fleischer can get a base hit.
It was a very impressive run there. Fleischer last season also had a 663 OPS, and he made 18 out of 21 stolen base attempts. It's a very common play for Tufts.
Yeah, the Jumbos do get most of their damage done on the base paths. They went 31-11 last year, winning the NESCAC championship. It was not often based on their hitting. It was really based on their solid pitching and ability to hurt you on the base paths, as Nickerson deals outside for ball 1. Now the 1-1 from Nickerson, breaking ball. Didn't break enough. It's taken inside for ball 2. The 2-1 looked at outside. Good discipline there from Fleischer. As that's now takes the count to 3-1. I gotta say, Charlotte, after the first 3 baseball games for the Jumbos here in Medford, all being either rainy, cold, windy, or cloudy, or a combination of any of those, it is quite nice to have low 50s and sunny.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful day today. Good day for the Jumbos to be playing.
And now the scoreboard has run full for the Jumbos. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the payoff pitch to Fleischer is taken outside, ball 4, putting runners on the corners. And now the lineup will flip over for the catcher, Malcolm Whitfield.
Malcolm Whitfield is a sophomore at Tufts. Last year he was the backup catcher, but now he is the starter. And this year he has a 444 average and a 1,027 OPS, which is very impressive for his first season. Starting.
As the first pitch from Nickerson is lined straight into the glove off the bat of Whitfield, and that will retire the side. No more runs scoring, but the Jumbos do cut the Wildcat lead in half. As we go into the top of the third, the Wildcats up 2-1. welcome back here at JumboCast for the top of the third. Silas Reed will go back onto the mound as the first pitch is grounded to Patrick Solomon by Jack McGain. That'll be a quick out, number 1. So now up to bat for the Wildcats will be the left fielder Jack Obert.
Jack Obert this year has the second highest OPS on his team with 1,056 and has also made 3 of 3 stolen bases this season. Last season he made 11 doubles.
As Obert grounds to Connor Flavin, and that'll be a quick out, number 2. And that'll bring up the center fielder Trevor Wan.
Trevor Wan is a junior. He was a very impressive player last season with a 304 average and 893 OPS, and he hit 10 home runs and was 6 for 6 on stolen bases.
And now Silas Reed deals for ball 1. Silas Reed back out for his third inning of work. He has allowed 2 runs, but right now sitting at only 35 pitches, which is a decent pace for the Jumbos, who will probably look to get a solid 6 innings out of him this afternoon, as the nice fastball is in there taken for strike 1. The 1-1 from Reed is popped up, back out of play, and the count will move to 1-2. The 1-2 from Reed, breaking ball, called strike 3 as Trevor Wan goes down looking. And that'll retire the side for the Wildcats as they go down in order on not very many pitches at all. And that'll bring up the Wildcats here they'll bring up the Jumbos in the bottom of the third inning. Welcome back to JumboCast for the bottom of the third inning. We've got a third pitcher of the Wildcats, so very clearly going to be a bullpen game.
This time we have Dylan Young. He's a freshman this year. He hasn't pitched very much this season, but we're looking forward to see his performance.
On the season, he had an impressive outing in his first go of things, as against Manhattanville, he pitched 6 innings scoreless with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, only allowing 2 hits, as the Wildcats got the win over Manhattanville last Thursday. And now the 1-0 pitch to Henry Fleckner
Up at
is
bat.
taken for ball 2.
Up at bat, we have Henry Fleckner. He's a junior. This season, he has a 955 OPS and a 364 average. He is also a wide receiver for the Tufts football team.
As he will ground that sharply to left field, as Obert, after a little bobble, able to corral it, keeping Fleckner at first, as that brings up the designated hitter, Malachi Pena.
Malachi Pena is a freshman. He's playing extremely well for his first season with a 429 average and a 1,158 OPS. It looks like he'll have a wonderful season and a good 4 years.
Can certainly hope so. You'll be around for all 4. I unfortunately only got 2 years left. As the pickoff move from Young chases Fleckner back to first. As he'll make the attempt again, that ball bouncing in the dirt a little bit, but Fort's able to corral it and not allow another throwing error from the Wildcats pitching staff. As now Fleckner goes, the throw to second is, believe it looked like it was bobbled, as Fleckner makes it into second safely, as that's the second stolen base of the afternoon for Fleckner, as he looks a little shaken up, able to walk it off. As that puts a runner in scoring position for the Jumbos with 0 outs, with Pena still at bat.
Pena seems to be one of the few freshmen who is typically batting for the Tufts team, and he was also the captain of his high school baseball team.
The first pitch now is taken outside for ball 1. And the 1-0 is swung on and missed for strike 1. As Pena flies that ball into shallow right field. The right fielder, E.J. Leone, will make the play, as that will be the first out for the Jumbos, as Fleckner stays where he is at second. As that'll bring up the right fielder for the Jumbos, Cooper Smith.
Cooper Smith is a junior here at Tufts. He transferred last season from he transferred this year from Northern Essex Community College, where his team won the JUCO D3 World Series. This year he is batting very well with a 250 average and a 725 OPS.
And the first pitch will be grounded softly to Botello. He'll make the throw on to first to get the runner out, as Fleckner advances down to third safely. That'll be 2 away for the left fielder, Owen McKiernan, up for his second attempt.
McKiernan, the sophomore here at Tufts, he has a very impressive average with 400.
And McKiernan, 1 for 1 on the day, reaching with a base hit in the second inning, I believe. And now the 1-0 from Dylan Young, taken well outside for ball 2. Cooper Smith from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, out of the Academy of Holy Angels High School, is an econ major. Speaking of econ majors, if you actually go back to the 2023 Tufts men's soccer team, you will find that of the 16 players who had declared majors at the time, Charlotte, 11 of them were Econ Bros. Your
That is
thought?
a very, very interesting stat. I guess it's a pretty common sport for or a common major for athletes to pick. It's also very popular at Tufts, so it certainly makes sense. But 11 is a lot.
And that'll bring up the second baseman, Jesse McCullough. McCullough 0 for 1 on the day.
McCullough again is one of our good batters. He has a 429 average and a 1,270 OPS.
As the double steal is on, the throw home is not in time from Nick Forts, as that will allow Henry Fleckner to score. And McKiernan to advance to second, as that ties the game here at 2 in the bottom of the third. That is one of the favorite plays of the Tufts baseball team and also the Tufts softball team. The double steal with runners on first and third. If you throw to first base, oftentimes it's too late to catch the runner at third.
We again had the shot song playing for the point.
I mean, I was operating the camera for the Jumbo's home opener against Brandeis in a game that took well over 3 hours and was also raining. So I did resort to dancing every time that song came on, just to keep myself entertained and warm up on the top of the press box, as I was able to successfully rig an umbrella on top of the camera, so I didn't have to cover the camera with my arm anymore. So I was able to just entertain myself.
We do have a lovely turf field here at Sol Gittleman Park, so that when it rains, it is not as miserable for the players to play.
Yeah, thankfully we can still play in a drizzle. Didn't get too bad on Wednesday, but it was certainly not the most pleasant experience for over 3.5 hours. The Jumbos kept piling on the runs on the judges. That's now the 2-1 count to McCullough is driven to right field. McKiernan will turn for home. The throw in from Leone is not in time, as the Jumbos take the lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the third. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Connor Flavin. Connor Flavin on the day is 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Connor Flavin, again, is one of our most impressive batters. He's a senior this year and taking up after the shoes of Jimmy Evans.
As the pickoff move, hoping to get McCullough, is no good. And now the first pitch to Flavin is driven to left field, but that ball goes foul, and the count moves to 0-1, sending McCullough back to first.
It does seem like freshman pitcher Dylan Young is having a relatively good game today. I wonder if he will see another inning after we've had already 3.
That one's taken outside for a ball. So that moves the count to 1-1. I'll move the count to 2-1 here for Connor Flavin. As we'll have a mound visit for the Wildcats, as they look like they want to talk some things over, as we do have a pitcher warming up in the Wildcats bullpen. Can't quite see who it is, as our sound effects department, they do a good job as the Jeopardy theme comes on.
I certainly wonder who the next pitcher will be. They've been switching it off every inning so far.
It looks like Dylan Young will stay out there for now, just getting few words of encouragement and advice from the coaching staff. As we will resume with a 2-1 count, runner on first for Connor Flavin. And the 2-1 is swung on and missed, evening up the count at 2. We will mention the coaches for each of these teams. Both of them actually Tufts alumni. For the Jumbos, Paul Svagdis in his 3rd season, graduating from Tufts in 1996. While for the Wildcats, Kevin Casey, in his 6th season coaching for Johnson & Wales, graduated from Tufts in 2009. So, both Jumbos coaching this game, as the payoff pitch to Connor Flavin is taken up high for ball 4, putting runners on first and second for the number 8 hitter, Patrick Solomon, third baseman, who is 1 for 1 on the day. Now for his second at bat.
Now have Solomon, one of our senior pitchers. He has a 1,280 OPS, and last season he went 23 and...
As that ball is driven deep to left field by Patrick Solomon, they'll make it all the way to the wall. That'll score McCullough, as Flavin will stop at third. Solomon at second, as the Jumbos expand this lead to 2 off a well-hit double by Patrick Solomon.
That was a very impressive play from Solomon. Last season he was 23 and 29 for stolen bases. He is certainly one of our better batters.
They'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Ozzie Fleischer. Fleischer taking a walk in his first at-bat.
Fleischer is also a senior as the other ones. He has a 308 average and an 819 OPS. It's not as high as the other 2 that we've seen, but he is certainly one of our good batters.
Fleischer will hope to really put on the damage on Dylan Young, as a base hit could score 2, as Young seems to be pitching around Fleischer as the count now moves to 2-0.
Fleischer has definitely improved this season from last year, where he had a 293 average and a 663 OPS.
As I mentioned, I think I mentioned this about a year ago to this point, back when I had the chance to commentate this team last year. Fleischer does not make his living off of power hitting. He makes his living off his speed, his great fielding. I believe he won a Gold Glove last year, and his ability to get on base successfully with an OPS well over 300. And the 3-0 will be taken. A generous strike call given on the 3-0 count from the home plate umpire. We'll do it again now at 3-1. And the 3-1 from Young is taken in the dirt for ball 4, as now we're having some serious control issues from the Wildcats pitcher, as that is his 3rd walk of the afternoon. So Dylan Young with 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and now 3 walks on the day. As that will bring up the catcher, Malcolm Whitfield, once again. And now the bases will be loaded for Malcolm Whitfield, who is 0 for 2 on the day, as the first pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. And the 0-1's taken up high for a ball. That pitch from Young is taken a little outside for ball 2. That pitch gets away from Owen Davis. That'll allow Flavin to score as he scampers home on the wild pitch, as the lead now moves to 5-2 for the Jumbos, as we still have a 2-1 count on Malcolm Whitfield. As Whitfield with a big swing on the 3-1 count, fouls it off the catcher. That'll make it a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, though with no runner on first. The base runners, Fleischer and Solomon, will not be in motion. As the payoff pitch to Whitfield is driven to center. The center fielder, Trevor Wan, not needing to take really any steps, as that will retire the side, though the Jumbos do score 4 runs, giving them a 3-run lead, as that'll do it for the bottom of the 3rd inning. I want to thank you, Charlotte, for joining me on the microphone this afternoon. Certainly was a pleasure having you on with me, as now we'll take a short break as we wait the top of the 4th. And welcome back to JumboCast for the top of the 4th inning here at Sol Gittleman Park, as Silas Reed will return for his 4th inning of work. And now up for the Wildcats will be the right fielder, E.J. Leone. Leone 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. He'll be hoping to improve on that, as the Wildcats now face a 3-run deficit, as Reed now with a 1-1 count to Leone. So he fouls that one off. Move the count to 1-2. And the 1-2 count is grounded over to Patrick Solomon. Solomon will make the throw over to Flavin just in time to get Leone, as that'll be out number 1. As that will bring up Riley Hassan for his 2nd at-bat of the day. Hassan 1 for 1 with a base hit in his 1st at-bat, as that pitch well high from Silas Reed. And the 1-0 taken up high again for ball 2. While I have a moment, I will mention the Jumbo's upcoming schedule. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., the Jumbos will renew their Boston area rivalry with the Engineers of MIT, as that's a high drive to right field. That'll be off the wall. Cooper Smith will throw into second, as Riley Hassan reaches second safely off a double that looked like it was very close to a home run as Cooper Smith was all turned around. And that'll be a one-out base runner in scoring position for the Wildcats. As I was saying, the Jumbos take on the Engineers of MIT tomorrow at 3. That game, unfortunately, will not be on JumboCast due to a lack of manpower. That will be broadcasted by the PAC Network, though our very own Andrew Howe will be on the call for that, so tune in tomorrow at 3 for some more Tufts baseball action. As now up to bat for the Wildcats in his second at-bat is Xavier Botello, third baseman, 0 for 1 on the day, with a chance to cut into this jumbo lead with a runner in scoring position, as he will ground it softly over to Flavin. Flavin will take it himself to the bag for out number 2, with Hassan advancing to third. As I'll bring up the catcher, number 8, Owen Davis. Davis 1 for 1 with a two-run home run in the top of the second inning, which gave the Wildcats the lead at the time. As now Reed ahead 0-1, makes that 0-2. That pitch is high makes the count 1-2. Owen Davis, the catcher from Bristol, Connecticut, out of St. Paul Catholic High School, listed at 6'1", 185, although we all know athletes have a tendency when they report their own heights to overstate things. Won't make any assumptions about Owen Davis, as he did have that nice home run in the top of the second. As Silas Reed gets his 4th strikeout of the afternoon, walks off to can't be touched, as the Wildcats fail to score despite getting a runner in scoring position. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes for the bottom of the 4th. welcome back here to JumboCast. It is a confirmed bullpen game for the Wildcats with the new pitcher Ben Fosberg on taking to the mound. Fosberg on the season in one relief inning of work with, let's see here, Fosberg in 3 innings against Manhattanville last Thursday, went 3 innings, as I mentioned twice now, with 1 hit, 1 run, though it was not an earned run, and did get a strikeout. As now the 1-1 to Fleckner is taken low in the dirt for ball 2. Fleckner on the afternoon, 1 for 2. He'll be hoping to improve on that, get another one, get on base, ahead of the heart of this Jumbo's lineup. And now the 3-1 to Fleckner from Fosberg is swung on and missed. Strike 2 swinging. Ben Fosberg Jr. out of Natick, Massachusetts, went to the Winchendon School. Now pitching for the Wildcats as Fleckner sends that ball down the left field line. Well foul. Payoff pitch to Fleckner is popped up, and it'll get out of play into the parking lot as our sound effects department decide to scare everyone in the crowd with some breaking glass sounds, as they are apt to do. And the payoff pitch once again is swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging. Fleckner down on strikes, as that will be Fosberg's first strikeout of the afternoon, as that will bring up the designated hitter Malachi Pena. Pena on the afternoon 0 for 2. As he swings through that, strike 1. Malachi Pena, as my sister mentioned, the freshman, majoring in mechanical engineering, and as I heard from Charlotte over during the past half-inning break, Malachi Pena was positively unremarkable in a chemistry course that they took together last fall. Pena, of course, as I mentioned, mechanical engineer. Same major as me, actually, so after the game, someone should really go down and warn him how much thermodynamics is a slog. I'll also mention just get into as many classes taught by Hoda as possible, as he fouls that one off of his ankle, as the count remains at 1 and 2. As he will ground that one just foul. Count remains 1 and 2. Pena from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico is home to my favorite named minor league baseball team in AAA, the Albuquerque Isotopes, which are the AAA affiliate of the favorite team of our director here this afternoon, the Colorado Rockies. Scratch that. He's a Red Sox fan, although he is also an Avalanche fan. Okay, so he likes every Denver sports team except for the Rockies. Can't imagine why. Maybe it's the fact that they are positively atrocious these days. As Pena pops that one down the left field line, he'll get out of play. Count remains full at 3 and 2. And now the full count to Pena from Fosburg is driven to left field, though that will be no trouble for the left fielder, Jack Obert. That will make it 2 outs in a row for Fosburg, although it has now taken him 17 pitches to do so. That'll bring up the right fielder, Cooper Smith, for his 3rd at-bat. Cooper Smith 0 for 2 on the day. That first pitch gets all the way to the backstop. Count will move to 1-0. The 1-0 count is taken inside for ball 2. Cooper Smith listed at 5'11", so that's how you know they're actually 5'11", because if they say they're 5'11", you know they're actually 5'11", because they're not saying they're 6'1". So Cooper Smith out of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. He takes that one inside for ball 3. So that pitch will be taken in there for strike 1. As Smith drives that one to left field, Obert will get under it, make the play. That will retire the side for the Jumbos. 1, 2, 3, they go. As the lead is held to 3 as we go to the top of the 5th inning here on JumboCast. And welcome back to JumboCast here for the top of the 5th inning. Nick Forts will lead off the inning for Johnson & Wales as he takes ball 1. Forts on the day 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That one will be shunted off the end of the bat, make the count 1-1. Forts, the junior from Cranston West High School out of Cranston, Rhode Island. Listed at 6-0. Debatable. As he takes strike 2, excuse me. Silas Reed coming back out for his 5th inning of work. Reed on the day, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. Make that not 5 strikeouts as he made contact, sent it foul. And the 1-2 is taken well up high, backing Forts off the plate a little bit. And the 1-2 check swing is held as the count actually was 2-2, now moves to 3-2. And the payoff pitch is taken inside for a walk. It'll be the first walk of the day for Silas Reed, who is pitching quite well so far. Through 4+ innings, has now thrown 58 pitches. So, got to think that if he keeps this up, he could probably go for 6, maybe 7. Give the bullpen a break after they used a lot of pitchers last Saturday. As that pitch drills Ryan St. Jean, the designated hitter, that'll send him to first base and send Forts down to second. So, after a strong 4 innings, now with 2 runners on and nobody out for the Wildcats. As the bunt is laid down by Jack McGain, the throw will be made in time to get the runner at first, though the runners will advance to second and third, those being Forts and St. Jean. Is now with 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position for the left fielder, Jack Obert. Obert having quite a busy day over in the left field corner, having caught quite a few flyouts, had that Patrick Solomon double hit his way. As now Reed deals on that fastball, just a bit inside for ball 1. And the 1-0 from Reed is tossed in for, and that is fouled off for strike 1. As Reed's 1-1 doesn't find the outside corner as the count now moves in the favor of Obert. And the 2-1 is popped up. It'll be out of play. So that lands behind the press box in the dirt, the real dirt, with the dirt on the infield being all turf. Reed's 2-2. Left outside once again. The breaking ball not quite finding the mark that Reed is hoping for as the count now moves full with 1 away. And the payoff pitch is driven to Flavin. Flavin will toss to Reed, get the out at first, though Forts will come in to score. And that cuts the lead to 2 here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Trevor Juan, center fielder, 0 for 2 on the day. Trevor Juan, the junior, out of East Catholic High School from Bolton, Connecticut, as he pops that into the sun. Fleischer shielding and makes the play for out number 3 as the side is retired. 1 run scored for the Wildcats in the top of the 5th as the Jumbos are holding on to their 5-3 lead as we hit the halfway mark here on this Tuesday afternoon. JumboCast. And once again, we got a new pitcher for the Wildcats with number 35, Justin Markell, the junior. Last year in 30 2/3 innings, Markell with a 6.16 ERA, a whip of 1.83, as he got credited for 3 wins and 2 losses, starting 5 games and appearing in 12. As back up to the plate now is Onan McKiernan. McKiernan 1 for 1 with a walk as he takes a big swing and misses for strike 1. And the 1-1 from Markell is taken outside for a ball. McKiernan drives it up the middle for a base hit past the outstretched glove of Jack McGain as he reaches to lead off the bottom of the 5th ahead of Jesse McCullough. And that brings up Jesse McCullough, as I mentioned. McCullough 1 for 2 on the day with 2 RBI. And Markell will throw over to first, hoping to catch McKiernan, but no dice there. As I'm taking a look over to our director's monitor, gotta say the new camera angles do look fantastic. As the count runs to 0-1. That pitch is outside. Justin Markell, a sophomore out of San Diego, California from Scripps Ranch High School. In the game last Friday against Methodist, Markell in 1 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and got 2 strikeouts. And now the 1-2 to McCullough is driven to short left field, but Obert Country plays over the loudspeakers, signaling that Connor Flavin will be up to bat for the Jumbos. Flavin 0 for 1 on the day. With a walk and a strikeout. As Markell will check on McKiernan once again. And McKiernan will go this time as Flavin flies it to deep right center field. And that'll be over the head of the right fielder, E.J. Leone. As McKiernan will come in. Nope, he will turn back and head back to third. As a strong throw in from the outfield. Able to prevent any Jumbos from scoring. But that will be a double for Connor Flavin, as that will put 2 runners in scoring position ahead of the third baseman, Patrick Solomon. Patrick Solomon, one of the last hitters the Wildcats would be hoping to face right now. Solomon on the day, 2 for 2 with that RBI double hit down the left field line in the 3rd inning. As also with the opposite armed matchup from the pitcher, Solomon will look to do some serious damage here. He takes that one outside for ball 1. And the 1-0 from Markell. The drag bunt laid down by Solomon. Markell attempting to flick the ball to the catcher, Owen Davis, but he missed, as that will allow all runners to be safe. As the Jumbos expand the lead to 6-3. Looks like it'll be credited as a base hit. As the pickoff attempt on Salmon is no good. As they did score that a single on the bunt to the pitcher, with Flavin advancing to third and McKiernan scoring. As the Jumbos double up on the Wildcats 6-3. And now Ozzie Fleischer will be back up for his, well, first at-bat, technically. Fleischer on the day with 2 walks in his first 2 plate appearances. If he does so again, that would load the bases. As that ball is flown into short right field. As McGain battles the sun, makes the catch, throws into the cutoff man. The runners will stay where they are. Now 2 outs ahead of Malcolm Whitfield. Whitfield on the day, 0 for 3. He'll be looking to change that with 2 runners aboard. That pitch is taken in the zone for strike 1. Malcolm Whitfield, the sophomore out of Dedham, Massachusetts, going to Melrose High School. Listed at 5'9", 165 as he takes that ball outside for ball 1 as Flavin scampers back to third. And the 1-1 is taken outside. And the 2-1 is taken up high for a ball. The fans yelling some vague platitudes of encouragement. And the 3-1 to Whitfield, almost said Whit Merrifield again, is taken for a ball as that loads up the bases ahead of the center fielder, Henry Fleckner. Fleckner on the day, 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Fleckner drives it to right field. No problem for E.J. Leone. As that will retire the side. 1 run scored as the Jumbos leave the bases loaded. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning with the Jumbos holding on to a 6-3 lead. back here to JumboCast. Silas Reed returning to the mound for a 6th inning of work as that leadoff pitch for a ball was his 68th of the afternoon. As the next pitch will be fouled off for a strike. Up to bat right now for the Wildcats, E.J. Leone, who has been busy out in right field this afternoon as he flies that deep to left field. Fleckner will pick it up off the warning track as E.J. Leone is into second with a stand-up double. That ball just a few feet from clearing the wall as it stands a runner in scoring position for Johnson Wales ahead of the shortstop, Riley Hassan. Hassan on the afternoon, 2 for 2. So he'll look to do some damage on Silas Reed and cut into this Jumbo's lead. That pitch is taken right down the middle for strike one. That ball is taken outside for a ball. Hassan the junior from South Portland, Maine, going to South Portland High School. That ball is taken low in the dirt for strike two. Am I seeing that right? Let's call that a strike. Count moves to 1 and 2. Reed looks in, settles on a pitch, and deals for strike 3. Swung on and missed by Hassan as Silas Reed's strikeout song "Can't Be Touched" plays over the loudspeaker. As I mentioned, "Can't Be Touched," one of those songs you listen to when you want to get hyped up, as I would do on the buses to my middle school football games. One of the ones on my playlist from way back in 2016. So that brings in Xavier Botello. Botello on the day 0 for 2 as he swings through and misses for strike 1. And the 0-1 is taken up high for a ball. Botello from Rehoboth, Massachusetts, went to Walter G. O'Connell Copiage High School. I'm probably saying that wrong. And majors in marketing as he drives that one to Fleischer. Fleischer will go to third, but he throws it away as that will allow Leone to score as that throw from Fleischer went out of play, moving the batter Botello to second. An unfortunate error there for Fleischer as he definitely had the runner Leone at third if he made a good throw, but unable to do so. That cuts the lead to 2 as that will bring in, actually Botello remains up at bat. Excuse me. As Owen Davis now at bat for the Wildcats. Owen Davis 1 for 2 with a strikeout and of course the 2-run homer in the top of the second. As Silas Reed deals in for strike 1. The 1-1 from Reed is taken outside. And the 2-1 from Reed is taken just a little inside for a ball. Davis flies that up the elevator shaft. Whitfield able to, as he falls backwards, make the play for out number 2. A great play as he was falling backwards to the ground by Whitfield in foul territory. Mark that an FF2 in the scorebook. As that brings up the first baseman, Nick Forts. Forts on the day, 0 for 1 with a walk. That ball is well behind Forts, as that allows the runner to advance down to third without a throw, that being Botello. That ball made it all the way to the backstop. Lucky not to hit Forts. And the 1-0 from Reed is fouled off. This count moves to 1-1. The 1-1 looked at for ball 2. And the 2-1 is looked at for a strike, evening up the count with Botello at third. And the 2-2 is grounded to Reed. Reed throws over to Flavin in time to get Forts. The run, Botello does not score, and that'll be the end of the top of the 6th inning for the Johnson & Wales Wildcats. And welcome back to the bottom of the sixth. The new pitcher for the Wildcats, Max Person, freshman from Hudson, Massachusetts. As pinch hitting is Ben Leonard as he lines to first for out number 1 in place of Malachi Pena. They'll bring up the right fielder, Cooper Smith. Cooper Smith on the day is 0 for 3. I will mention for Ben Leonard, last year, back in around April, did send him an Instagram message asking how much it would take for him to change his walk-up song to Barbie Girl by Aqua. Unfortunately, I never got a response. As Smith pops that one high into the Medford Sun, the third baseman Botello over to make the play for out number 2. As that brings up number 8, the left fielder, Owen McKiernan. McKiernan having a great day. 2 for 2 with a walk. So McKiernan drives that to Botello. Botello's throw just in time to get McKiernan, and that will quickly retire the side on just 5 pitches. And that'll be it for the bottom of the 6th. The Jumbo still holding a 6-4 lead. And welcome back to JumboCast here in the top of the 7th. So that ball from Ryan St. Jean is flown into the direction of the tennis courts, bouncing off the pavement. Silas Reed back out for his 7th inning of work, defying the expectations of our one and only Zachary Miller, directing this game with me this afternoon. So that pitch from Reed finds the outside corner, taken for strike 2. Quite a windy afternoon as the balls are flying out to left field this afternoon. Every time we open the door behind us, my papers seem to be flying around, so certainly a windy one. This is the 1-2 pitch from Reed is high, but swung on and missed from St. Jean. That will be the 6th strikeout of the day for Silas Reed, who has now thrown 91 pitches through 6 1/3 innings of work. As that will bring up Jack McGain, my bad, as on the day, McGain with 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. He flies that one to short right field in the triangle, but McCullough will be over to make the play for out number 2. As that brings up Jack Obert, the left fielder. Reed deals. It's up high for a ball. Jack Obert from Plymouth, Massachusetts, from Plymouth South High School, as he drives that one to deep right field. That'll be off the base of the wall. Cooper Smith will throw in, but the throw is not in time to get Obert, who scampers into second with a 2-out double. As that brings up Trevor Juan for his 4th at-bat of the day. Juan 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Reed's first pitch in the dirt there, taken for a ball. That 1-0 taken well inside for another ball. As a balk warning will be given to Silas Reed on that move. And the 2-0 is taken right in the zone for a strike. As that'll be it for Silas Reed, as he leaves through 6 2/3, having thrown 99 pitches, giving up 3 earned runs, 4 runs total. As Liam Wilson will be the next pitcher up for the Jumbos. And welcome back to JumboCast. We've got a new pitcher for the Jumbos. It'll be Cooper Smith. Excuse me, it'll be Liam Wilson, my bad, for the new pitcher. Last year, Liam Wilson with a 7.04 ERA through 7 2/3 innings of work in 7 appearances. Liam Wilson, the senior from Darien, Connecticut, out of Fairfield Prep, as McCullough can't quite make the play. He does keep to the infield, although the run does come in to score, that being Jack Obert, as the lead is cut to 1 here in the top of the 7th, as Leone able to reach safely on the infield single. Liam Wilson from Fairfield Prep, the senior. His major is still listed as undecided, most likely an oversight on the part of the Tufts Athletics Department. As if you're undecided as a senior, what have you been doing with your 4 years? And the pitch from Wilson is taken outside for ball 1, as now up to bat is Riley Hassan. Hassan on the afternoon, 2 for 3 with a strikeout. That pitch is taken outside for ball 2. And the 2-0 is taken outside for ball 3. Liam Wilson on the year in 2 innings of work in 2 appearances, so both relief appearances. No runs allowed, 1 hit, and 1 ball and 1 strikeout. Excuse me, 1 base on balls and 1 strikeout. As he now faces a 3-0 hole to Hassan. That will miss inside for ball 4. Excuse me. Yes, that will miss inside for ball 4, as the bases will now be loaded for Liam Wilson, ahead of the third baseman, Xavier Botello. Botello on the day, 0 for 3. As the Green Line train comes past Sol Gilman Park, that ball is in for a called strike 1. The 0-1 from Wilson is driven past the outstretched glove of Patrick Solomon. That will score 1 run, as Leone will stop at third. The bases remaining loaded, but the game now tied, as Silas Reed's strong effort will at best result in no decision, as the game now even at 6 in the top of the 7th, with Liam Wilson facing still a jam with the bases loaded, as that'll bring up Owen Davis, the catcher, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and the 2-run home run. Another one of those would put the Wildcats up in a big way, as he takes that pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. And the 0-1 from Wilson is taken down low for ball 1. Check swing from Davis, able to hold up in time. And the 2-1 from Wilson, taken in the dirt. Nice block from Whitfield, able to keep that in front of him. The count now moving to 3-1. One more ball would give the Wildcats their first lead since they were up 2-0 way back in the top of the second. The 3-1 swung on and fouled off as the count now runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 ducks on the pond, as all 3 runners will be in motion as soon as Liam Wilson makes his move to home. And the payoff pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Liam Wilson celebrates with his team as he walks off the mound in triumph, having narrowly avoided giving up the lead to the Wildcats, as it's time for the 7th inning stretch here at Sol Gilman Park. 6-6 the score as we go in the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back to JumboCast. We once again have a new pitcher for the Johnson & Wales Wildcats. It'll be number 12, the junior Ryan Schultz. Ryan Schultz on the year with a 31.5 ERA. As McCullough drives that down the left field line inside the bag. That'll stay fair as McCullough turns for second. The throw in from Obert, not in time to get McCullough, as he is safely in a second with a leadoff double here in this tie game. So I mentioned Ryan Schultz with a 31.5 ERA in 2 innings of work, responsible for 7 earned runs with 3 walks and a strikeout, giving up 4 hits. As that brings up Connor Flavin. Connor Flavin on the day, 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk as he takes that ball well outside for ball 1. And the 1-0 is driven to right center field. though E.J. Leone was positioned perfectly. McCullough tags up from second, advances to third. So now 1 out and 1 runner 90 feet away for Patrick Solomon. Solomon on the day, 3 for 3 with 2 RBI. Ryan Schultz, the junior, out of Hebron, Connecticut, as the bunt is laid down and fouled off by Solomon. Perhaps the safety squeeze being put on there by the Jumbos and Coach Sfagdus. And the 0-1 is taken well outside as McCullough is dancing all over the third base bag. Those camera angles really do look nice. Glad we have those at Sol Gilman Park now. Hope you're enjoying those at home. Probably more than you're enjoying my commentary here this afternoon, as the count moves to 2-1 on Solomon. Thank you, Z. Millie. The 2-1 to Solomon from Schultz is driven to left center field. That'll be covered, and the play will be made by Trevor Juan, though McCullough will come in on the sacrifice fly, giving the Jumbos the lead back here in the bottom of the 7th. That was a great play from Juan, able to make the play, prevent it from getting all the way to the wall, limiting the damage to just 1 run for 1 out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Ozzie Fleischer. Fleischer on the day, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And the first pitch from Schultz taken outside for a ball. As we may have our second broken windshield of the afternoon. Hopefully not. The count now 1-1 on Fleischer. He attempted to golf swing at that one. Missed it. Count now 1-2 in regards to our parking lot. We do have free parking here on game days. You're welcome to park in the Cousins lot or in the lot not right next to the baseball diamond in Dowling Garage. Pretty sure that's free on game days if you scan the QR code. Avoid any risk of, a broken windshield or a busted taillight. Though it will be a few minute walk to the park. The price to pay for peace of mind. Count now 1-2 on Fleischer as he, with a short ground ball, I suppose, to Botello. Botello throws on to first, and that will retire the side. Though 1 run scored for the Jumbos as they hold on to their 7-6 lead going into the top of the 8th. Stay tuned. welcome back to JumboCast here in the top of the 8th inning, as Liam Wilson will return to the mound, having gotten the final out of the inning in relief of Silas Reed, as he deals strike one to the first baseman, Nick Forts. So that's a nice strike two from Forts. In regards to Nick Forts, upon hearing the pronunciation of his last name, my sister remarked, "I think he pronounces his own name wrong," as Forts grounds to third, the throw from Salmon over to Flavin in time to get him, as that is an out number one for the Jumbos. As that'll bring up Ryan St. Jean. Jean on the day. Beaned once. Other than that, 0 for 2 as he takes for ball one. I'm pleased to tell you that this is not even the quote-unquote final form of our JumboCast baseball broadcasts, as we should, in the next couple of weeks, have the built-in center field camera working, which should, in theory, make our broadcast look just like the professional ones. Fortunately, having some technical issues on that end. Glad to see the rest of our cameras are working this afternoon as the count runs to 2-0, make that 3-0 on Ryan St. Jean. The center field camera also does have a radar gun, so we'll try to figure out some way to incorporate that into the broadcast as Ryan St. Jean gets beaned for the second time. May need a little bit of an ice bath, as he is none too happy, as he rather frustratedly, but now is on first and is probably happy to be there. So 4 at-bats, 2 bean balls for Ryan St. Jean, as that will bring up the second baseman, Jack McGain. McGain on the day, 0 for 2, with a sacrifice fly und einen RBI. And the first pitch to McGain is grounded over to McCullough. McCullough will take the out at first over to Flavin, as St. Jean advances to second, now with 2 away. That'll bring up the top of the order in Jack Obert, as we have a pinch runner at second, and that will be number 2, P.J. Daniels, the senior, as Obert comes to the plate. Johnson and Wales not waiting around. They've only got 4 more outs to play with. They want a run now. They're hoping that any ball hit in the outfield will be enough to bring home P.J. Daniels. As Wilson, pitching from the stretch very noticeably, deals in for strike one. And the 0-1, as the commuter rail train rolls by, is dealt in there for strike two. That commuter rail train, my method of getting home to Westford, Massachusetts, that being the Lowell line. Fond memories of that train as a kid. But anyway, the count 0-2 on Obert, hoping to drive home the tying run. He'll stay alive for one more pitch, as Wilson deals well outside. Wilson's 1-2. Gets away from Whitfield, and that will allow the pinch runner, P.J. Daniels to advance to third with 2 away. Luckily for the Jumbos, it would still likely take a base hit to get the tying run home, although now a single will most certainly get it done with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on Jack Obert. As he swings on it, misses, and that will retire the side. No runs in to score as Liam Wilson able to get out of it with the lead intact as we go to the bottom of the 8th here on JumboCast. Welcome back here to JumboCast for the bottom of the 8th. The new pitcher for the Johnson & Wales Wildcats will be Evan Lamoth, the freshman from South Burlington, Vermont. Lamoth on the year in 1 inning of work has a 0 ERA, did allow 2 base runners, 1 hit, and 1 walk, as he will face down Malcolm Whitfield. Whitfield on the day 0 for 3 with a walk of his own. Here in the bottom of the 8th with the Jumbos holding on to a 1-run lead. As that pitch will be taken for a ball. As the 1-1 is swung on and missed by Malcolm Whitfield. That runs the count to 1-2. That ball gets away from Owen Davis, though, with nobody on base. No harm, no foul, just a second ball. And the 2-2. Chopped over to second. The throw from McGain will not be in time to get Whitfield as the chopper, the Ichiro-esque play, able to get Whitfield over to first safely on the infield single, as that brings up Henry Fleckner. Fleckner on the day, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Now with 1 aboard and 0 outs. As Lamoth will throw over, not able to catch Whitfield sleeping. Whitfield will go this time, and the throw down from Davis is not in time. Whitfield snags second, the speedy catcher, getting himself in a scoring position with 0 outs. A chance to get a much-needed insurance run ahead of the top of the 9th inning, which will almost certainly be a save situation. A 2-run save obviously being much easier than a 1-run save. As Tony Romo has once said, that 2 is greater than 1 in his fantastic insights. Maybe that was Alex Rodriguez. Oh, he said, yeah, it was Alex Rodriguez that said that 2 is greater. You want the even-numbered, yeah, here we go. Per Alex Rodriguez, you want the even-number leads because that way a solo shot does not tie the game and a grand slam does not beat you. Although I suppose a 5-run lead is still better than a 4-run lead as Whitfield scampers for third. Throw from Davis, not in time, as Whitfield now with the steal of second and the steal of third, now 90 feet away from evening up that lead at 2, with Fleckner enjoying the 2-1 count as the Wildcats infield will come in, not wanting Whitfield to score. And the 2-1 taken off the outside corner, making the count 3-1. Always a fun day when I can rag on Alex Rodriguez. For obvious reasons as a Red Sox fan. And the 3-1 taken for a called strike on the inside corner. As that'll fill up the count 3-2. The 3-2 is driven up the middle by Henry Fleckner. That will easily drive in Whitfield. Probably would have been a ball 4, but of course on a base hit, the rest of the runners can advance, and Whitfield does just that as the Jumbos expand the lead to 2 as we get some more shots per LMFAO. And that'll bring up the DH, Ben Leonard, or as his Instagram handle is, Bent Leonard, as he will look to do some more damage here for the Jumbos. As the throw to first, not in time to grab Fleckner. Leonard on the day, 0 for 1 after pinch hitting for Malachi Pena. Leonard was most commonly seen out in left field last year as Fleckner will break for second. The throw is in time to get Fleckner as he is not thrilled with that call as he is in disbelief sitting on the bag and will frustratedly trot to the third base dugout as the bases are now clean with 1 out for Ben Leonard. Leonard takes that one in the zone for strike 1. Leonard, another one of those econ bros as we were talking about, as he drives that one into the glove of the first baseman, Nick Forts, and that'll be 2 outs for Evan Lamoth. Please regard, I don't have any dislike of econ bros. It's just fun to make fun of them. And that'll bring up number 19, Cooper Smith on the day, 0 for 4. Would love a base hit right here as he'd like to get Ben Leonard up the base paths and in to score here with 1 away. As Smith will drive it over to Botello, the throw over to Forts in time to get him. Leonard advances to second, 2 away with a runner in scoring position, ahead of Owen McKiernan. McKiernan on the day, 2 for 3 with a walk, having a nice day at the plate. And a busy day in the outfield earlier in the afternoon, less busy with the strong performance from Liam Wilson. And the pickoff play at second, not in time to get Leonard. Leonard last year, I'll mention, was 21 for 22 on the base paths. One of the best jumbo stealers, along with Fleckner, Fleischer, and Solomon. As I mentioned earlier in this game with my sister on the broadcast, that's the main jumbo strength on offense. As that pitch gets away from Owen Davis, allowing Leonard to advance to third, now 90 feet away. That being one of the main jumbo weapons on the offense, relying on their pitching and speed to get them wins rather than winning the offensive shootouts. Though, as I say, that is an 8-6 game here in the bottom of the 8th, so plenty of offense here this afternoon with 20 hits total. As the 2-0 is caught by the netting and lands just to the right of the press box as it rolled up the netting and landed on the bleachers. Count now 2-1 to McKiernan. He takes that one just off the outside corner. A hopeful presentation job, as Dave O'Brien likes to say, rather than framing. As Davis unable to frame that pitch for a strike, the count moves to 3-1. And that will be in the dirt for ball 4, or the second walk of the afternoon for Owen McKiernan. Bringing up Jesse McCullough for his 5th at-bat. McCullough on the day, 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. McCullough takes outside for a ball. McCullough, the sophomore from Sudbury, Massachusetts, went to Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School. Listed as an astronomy major. As he drives that one to short center left field, that drives in Leonard. McKiernan will stay at second. The lead now 3, as McCullough able to get some much needed insurance for the Jumbos with their 9th run on their 13th hit. And that will bring up Connor Flavin. Flavin on the day, 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Hoping to put this one maybe out of reach with a base hit or an extra base hit, or a home run would really put on the hurting on the Wildcats, as that breaking ball didn't really break much, just a ball, as that's a 1-0 count. The 1-0 to Flavin, grounded to the third base dugout as the Jumbo bench makes the play. The 1-1 to Flavin, driven to right field. And that'll get down for a hit. Flavin turns, goes to second. The throw not in time as McKiernan comes in to score, putting the Jumbos at double digits. And I gotta say, if the outfield is positioned straight up, that is an easy fly ball for E.J. Leone. But as they were positioned to pull that ball, despite going very high into the air, finding the outfield turf here at Sol Gittleman Park, as the Jumbos now take a 4-run lead ahead of the number 8 hitter, Patrick Solomon, who is 3 for 3 on the day, as he flies that towards the first baseman. Excuse me, the second baseman comes on to make the play, and they say he didn't catch it. That will allow some number of runners to score. There should be 2 runners to score on that infield fly that somehow found the turf. Excuse me, as that will allow one run to score. No, looks like it was 2 runs, as it was, per the live stats, McCullough and Flavin on base, as with 2 outs, they were able to jog to home. As now a 5 spot put up by the Jumbos here in the bottom of the 8th, as they redouble their efforts and double up the Wildcats here, now leading 12-6. As Fleischer drives it right back to the glove of Lamoth, he tosses over to first, and that will retire the side, but not before the Jumbos put on a big piece here in the 8th, as they now lead 12-6. We'll go to the top of the 9th. No longer a safe situation. We'll see who's out to pitch here on JumboCast. Stay tuned. Back out for his 4th inning of work, I suppose, as the Wildcats are down to their last 3 outs, as Trevor Juan is up to bat. Juan on the day, 1 for 4 with a strikeout, as he takes strike 1 called on the outside corner. And the 1-1 taken for a ball, getting past Whitfield. And the 2-1 taken up high. While I have a moment, I will mention the upcoming action here on JumboCast. We've got one more JumboCast game before spring break. It'll be tomorrow at 4 p.m., where the Tufts women's lacrosse team will take on Cortland in a non-conference game. Tufts women's lacrosse being ranked number 3 in all of Division 3. while Cortland will come into the game 23rd in the nation. Should be a great one. I will be joined by Nick Dorr on the mic, so, you know, if you want to hear me, stay tuned. Tune into that one. If you've had enough of me for the week, feel free to put it on mute. As we will have a mound visit and a pitching change as the day for Liam Wilson is done. A strong relief appearance from Liam Wilson as he is in line for the win as the new pitcher for the Jumbos. I will let you know as soon as I can see who it is. Looks to be number 5 for Tufts. That being Matt Hirsch, the freshman, will be asked to close down the game for Tufts as split by Tiesto comes over the PA. We'll take a short break. Be right back here on JumboCast. And welcome back here to the top of the ninth here on JumboCast. The new pitcher for the Jumbos will be the freshman Matt Hirsch out of Brookline, Mass. He has pitched 1 inning so far this season. It was 1 inning of scoreless relief against Brandeis, where he allowed 1 walk and struck out 1, as he will get the trifecta by hitting E.J. Leone with the baseball, as that puts runners on first and second ahead of Riley Hassan, who is 2 for 3 on the day with a walk. This Hassan takes right down the middle for strike 1. Hirsch being out of Brookline, Massachusetts. You can say that technically I was too, living there for my first 11 months of my life before moving to Westford. And the 0-1 is another beanball, as that will load the bases ahead of Xavier Botello, as now we have ducks on the pond for Johnson Wales. Still hope to move this lead a little closer, as the save situation could be on soon if the Jumbos allow these runs to score. That ball is taken at the bottom of the zone, right at the knees for strike 1 on Botello. Botello on the day, 1 for 4 with an RBI. He also reached on a fielder's choice. Base is loaded, and that is a ball off the outside corner. And the 1-1 hits, Botello, as now that is 3 beanballs in a row, and that will bring a run home to score. As now, it would be a safe situation, as the Jumbos will make another pitching change, as Hirsch will get 0 outs to his name while loading up the bases, and the run won't yet be credited to him. That run that scored will go to Liam Wilson, though the 3 runners left on base right now will be the responsibility of Matt Hirsch, as now the home run man, Owen Davis, will come on ahead of the rest of the lineup, as now pitching for the Jumbos will be number 33, Hunter Biendorf. Biendorf, the senior. Biendorf on the year in 1 inning of relief against Brandeis. No runs on no hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. Looking last year at Biendorf's stats, in 7 innings of work, a 3.86 ERA in 3 appearances, 15 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 3 Ks. And that'll bring up the catcher, Owen Davis, I mentioned. 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but a 2-run homer back in the second, as Hunter Biendorf will look to escape the jam that Hirsch built, as he deals outside for ball 1. A lot of work to do for the Wildcats, but getting there with 3 runners on base. The tying run now on deck for the Wildcats. So that ball is taken up high for ball 2. So now 2 pitches, 2 balls for the Jumbos pitcher. And the 2-0 taken for ball 3. Another ball would bring the tying run to the plate for Johnson and Wales, which would be Nick Forts if it gets that far. And the 3-0 strike call given as the commuter rail rolls on by once again. Plenty of Boston commuters getting off of work right now, but we're staying right here at Sol Gilman Park, as this one a much more interesting finish than we would have thought recently, as Davis was halfway down the first base line before the home plate umpire says, no, 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 no. Get back here. The count running full. As Davis flies that one into center, Fleckner gets under it. The runner from third will tag and come home, make it a 4-run game with E.J. Leone coming in to score. Make that the score now 8-12. That'll bring up Nick Forts with 2 on and 1 out. He takes that ball in around the chest. ball one. That ball is taken just off the outside corner for ball two. Biendorf has thrown 8 pitches, 6 of them now for balls. That ball is flown into the parking lot. And we'll reset the count at 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Biendorf, taken for strike 2. The 2-2, taken outside for ball 3. As the shadows getting long here on the Sol Gittleman turf, as that ball is flown down the right field line, will make it into the Johnson & Wales bullpen. Flavin gave it a look and then said hi to the relief pitchers from the Wildcats, as the count remains full at 3-2. The payoff pitch, taken downstairs, ball 4 on 4th, and that will load up the bases. The tying run now comes to the plate in the form of a pinch hitter. Will be Zachary Amaro, hopefully got that right, the junior, as Amaro will pinch hit for PJ Daniels. So that pitch is taken for strike 1. That pitch, another strike. Amaro, the junior from Auburn, Massachusetts, going to St. John's and transferring from Endicott. Hence why he did not have any stats from this year or last. I believe this is his first at-bat of the year, as he swings on and misses for strike 3 on a nice changeup, as Biendorf now 1 out away from escaping with the Jumbo's victory. As the last chance now for the Wildcats will be Jack McGain. McGain on the day 0 for 3. And a sacrifice fly as he takes strike 1. The 0-1 misses outside for a ball. The 1-1 driven to left field, but snagged out of the air by Patrick Solomon, and that will end the game. A leaping catch from the senior third baseman Patrick Solomon, as that will do it for this one this afternoon. The Jumbos hold on to win 12-8. The win will go to Liam Wilson, the loss going to Schultz for the Bobcats. As I mentioned earlier, JumboCast will be the baseball team will be back in action tomorrow at 3 p.m. where they will take on MIT. We'll be back here on JumboCast tomorrow at 4 p.m. for women's lacrosse against Cortland. I'd like to thank the rest of the crew here this afternoon, Brian Lee and Karsten Lyle on the cameras, Zachary Miller on the computer directing. Alongside me earlier today was Charlotte Loker. I've been Justin Loker. As always, stay home safely.